Okay, this Spider-Man mission is going to drive me crazy. Oh my god, I'm bad at this. Okay, let's try again.
You're on in 3, 2, 1.
All right. There's supposed to be like this kind of intro, and I can't say I'm the best at that. So, hi guys.
You didn't even attempt.
No, I
you
did
didn't
not.
even try.
Yeah, I'm not. I just said didn't before we started. Before we started, didn't I just say I was not good at this?
I
feel
think given you've been, how long have you been here now? Like almost a year?
November will be a year, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you should get a little better.
I should get a little better. I need, I'm gonna work on something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to figure something out to not just be like, jump right in. I'm also bad at pleasantries, Jovan. Like I'll just be like, jump right into an argument instead of saying, "Hey, how are you?" Like, "Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm on your channel." And then I'm just like, "Yeah, boy."
Loki, same.
Bubbles. Okay.
I'll do it, but I'm always like
delayed on it.
No, I'm just like, let's just get into the meat and potatoes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's just kind of annoying to be like, "Hey, so and so, hi, so and so. So you said something dumb, and let me explain to you why." Because I feel like that's how that mostly goes. Is like you said something dumb.
I want to head chat off on this before we begin. Listen, I am here, but today I'm Ari's emotional support black friend.
Oh.
And I am just here in the background to provide emotional support. I'm dying, and I don't
die.
I don't know how much longer I have on this plane.
He means in the next 3 hours.
Did you hear about the DSA candidate in Florida? Which one?
Yeah. I know most of the. Oh gosh, hold on. I think I know who they're talking about. I might be able to find their name real quick. Well, why don't I just go to Google? DSA candidate, Florida. It's obviously for the House. Oh, they lost. Yeah, they were running against Moskowitz. Yeah.
I mean, Florida, guys. Did we?
Oliver Larkin. Yeah. Did you really expect that? Even blue, like even the Democrats in Florida are going to be further to the right than the actual party as it is already being center left. So they're firmly in the right in Florida, with a few handful of exceptions. Like, are you kidding me? They're choosing someone, right? The Democratic candidate for governor of Florida is a former Republican. So that's how well Florida is doing, with choices in Democrats.
Well,
and all
Angie Nixon won their primary. Angie Nixon, friend on the show. I've had them on they've been in this office. They joined me for a stream one time. Yeah, we argued about chicken, and she said she likes KFC more than Popeyes, and I was shook. Lost my endorsement right there. Just kidding.
I mean, so my issue was because I wanted to get her up on mine as well, because she recently spoke to Amanda. But apparently the person that I was in communication with originally, after I messaged her personally on TikTok, they left the campaign. So they basically lost access to the email. And when we asked her about it as a follow-up, she was like, send another one. And we did, and then never just heard back. So we got sent to no man's land. It's all good, though. I will happily vote for her come November.
Oh, that's right, because we're in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in Florida. Basically, I just think timing didn't match up for her, and that's cool. If she had come to my district, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm sure she came to my district, but she didn't come to my area. She was in one of the other counties. So.
Florida.
Yeah.
Yo, what's the phone number for them to call in, Ari? You haven't told them the phone number.
336-523-2101. For any Republicans, conservatives,
that wasn't right.
MAGA, 336-543-22101.
There you go.
Oh, I think I left out a 0, or I left out
no,
the
you
01.
switched. You switched the 4 for a 2.
That makes sense. I don't even know how I got that, but that's okay. Oh my gosh. Is there a DSA candidate in Georgia? No, I don't think you have any DSA candidates in Georgia that won their primaries. So, okay. So, yes, it was real that Randy Fine got caught on someone's doorbell camera going through their mailbox and then putting a flyer. So he committed 2 federal offenses with that, actually. Are you guys aware that if you're neighbors with someone, you can't put a piece of mail in someone's mailbox? It has to go through USPS. You can't just stick it in their mailbox. What? Yeah, that's actually a crime. Guys, don't just stick anything in somebody's mailbox. It's not
doesn't
actually
feel like
allowed.
A crime.
Apparently it is.
Federal?
Yeah. It's all about mail tampering. Let me see if I can. The door, yes, I believe.
To put mail in someone's mailbox. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It is illegal to place unstamped, non-postage items into a mailbox.
Yep. It has to go through USPS.
Oh, wait, but if it's stamped and postage, then it wouldn't be illegal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So make sure you use your forever. Use your old stamps that no longer work for the people that didn't buy forever stamps. Is that 18-1702 or 18-1725?
18-725.
Okay. Yeah. It's a whole thing, guys. So don't do that. So yeah, he committed 2 felonies, but still won his primary. Yes.
Oh shit! Did Fishback lose or Fish?
Oh yeah. Daniels won.
Shit rock.
Byron floored, took it away. So Donald's.
That's so funny. I hate that motherfucker.
Andrew, you just don't put it in their mailbox. Put it on their door. Just don't put it in their mailbox. You can circumvent that. Just don't put it in their mailbox.
That's one of those super stupid rules.
Super niche. Yeah. Super niche. And oh no, both of those are illegal, Bowie. So they said, I thought you meant getting my neighbor's mail and putting in their mailbox was illegal. That's also, yeah, you're not supposed to mess with someone else's mailbox, point blank, period. Put it in their door. Again, super niche. I don't think anybody actually knows that. I didn't know about it until this morning when the video came out and I watched it and found the law on it. It's like, oh yeah, don't do that. It's a very weird thing. So guys, what prompts do we have? Hopefully when I click on this, it doesn't lag me out like it did to you last time. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
It was. I seem to be okay for the moment. Okay. Conservatives can't solve anything. Still agreed. Capitalism has failed. MAGA hates women. TDS is real and MAGA has it. Conservatives can't work. Oh, conservatism can't work. I read that as conservatives. I mean, I agree with that too.
I got a calls today using the conservatives have no solutions prompt. They actually really wanted to call and talk about that.
Yeah.
But you got to preface that it's you got to preface that it's no solutions for that benefit modern Americans. You can't just be no solutions period, because they're like, well, ICE is a solution for undocumented immigrants.
That is true.
And
they do saying things like that. Yeah.
Sorry, I glitched out in the middle of that.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, glitch out all you need to. So
brain don't work.
My mail lady got angry when Amazon was putting their small packages in the mailbox. Big no. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Well, technically that shouldn't be a problem because that has postage.
Yeah, there's too many rules
USPS.
about the mail.
So much. It's insane. It's crazy.
And then my favorite thing about Sundays.
No postage on Sunday. No mail on Sunday.
Yeah.
How did they say it in Harry Potter?
Remember, guys, if you want to watch Harry Potter, bootleg that bitch. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna pirate the new show to see how bad it is comparatively.
Oh, I forgot.
It just interests me to see like how bad that one might be compared to the old one. Because boy howdy, do I think her story is kind of shit.
I am super curious to see. I don't want to look at the house right now.
It doesn't look good. Like, it just straight up doesn't look good.
Oh no, I agree. I don't think it probably won't be good. Why they use like the most RBF picture for Angie Nixon, for Democratic Socialist Angie Nixon?
They low key did her dirty with her picture.
They did. Like, this is like, I'm on NBC and they just have a picture of her just like.
Could you imagine if she won? That'd be great.
She did so far.
Give Florida turn Florida blue, bro.
Yeah, I want
get all these dirty conservatives out of the state.
Heck yeah. I'm trying to see. Jolly, I want to see how badly Fishback did. Damn, not as good as I wanted it to be, or like as bad as I wanted it to be. 10.5% of the vote.
Listen, still lost.
Still lost. I don't fucking
so funny to me.
Like, dude can. The craziest person. I told people today, I was like, hey, vote for Paul Renner. If for nothing else, simply the fact that Ron DeSantis said he shouldn't run. Ron DeSantis doesn't like you? Bet. Vote for Paul Renner.
Bro, I hate DeSantis. Ugh.
Hey, Oscar. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, Ron DeSantis doesn't like you? Bet. Vote for him if you're a Republican.
You know DeSantis got to be real butthurt, bro, that he's not going to get the Republican nominee next year. Or next year is probably when they'll announce who the nominee is.
They'll start it then. So let's see. Where is? Hey, what? There it is. I'm over here on. 55.9% of the vote for Angie Nixon. Oh wow, she beat Vindman so far. Yeah, 97% counted. By 146,000 votes. That's pretty damn good.
Should it good, man? Hey guys, 336-543-2101.
Sorry,
I'm gonna keep repeating the number until you guys pick up the phone and tell us why conservative. Why should we vote conservative?
True, convince me somehow.
Convince me to vote conservative, and then I'll do it. And did you see that video of Cam Higbee like damn near committing voter fraud?
No.
Motherfucker put on brown face, dressed in a burqa, and was like, see, they were gonna let me vote. They were gonna let me vote without an ID while I was pretending to be a woman. I'm like, they would have then checked the ballot against voter records. These people are so fucking stupid. And it's just clearly propaganda. You know what? Let me take that back. Cam's not stupid. I've talked to Cam multiple times. Cam isn't dumb. It's just propaganda. Okay. He's just lying. It's all propaganda. I'm so sick of these propagandized motherfuckers.
It's like that O'Keefe fella that was a part of Project Veritas, right? That went up in front of Congress about a month ago now, along with Nick Shirley, and was talking about, well, you see, we went out there and we got people to sign up to vote in California, and then also was talking about stupid shit with you can say, I know this person, and for up to eight people, give an affidavit for 8 people.
Oh, you're talking about Nick Shirley.
Yeah. Well, yeah. O'Keefe did it too, right? So both of them did the same thing.
Luthien wants a good poll idea. Luthien, here's the poll. Ready? Here's the poll. Ready? Do how stupid are conservatives? 10%, 20%, 30%, 100%. No, I can't handle like the amount of propaganda that's coming out of the right now.
It's insane.
Like, especially on voter, they know voter fraud is so minimal. Like I don't even know what we're doing. Like,
they just don't care. And then
we need the Save Act. America's falling apart without the Save Act, guys. What are we doing? We need the Save Act. Stupid.
What I find funny, and this is because the video came up on my FYP today from someone that he's funny, but if you guys remember this, right? And this is a hypocrisy really kind of on both sides. Except the left has always said that there are always going to be people that break the law, right? And we just try to limit that number, right?
TBH, though, when it comes to voter fraud, not really.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. To be clear, when you've had 1,037 cases, I might be a little bit off on the number, of voter fraud over the last 50 years, that is like 0.000001%. You guys aren't even worried about a 1/10 of a percentage point. It's even smaller than that. It's about 1/1,000,000th of a percentage point.
They'll tell us, hey, this right in the Constitution that says, shouldn't have barriers to it.
Yeah.
Well, we can have barriers to that. And then you bring up the Second Amendment and they lose their fucking mind.
Yes. That is the comparison that I saw today, where they're like, well, it's just going to stop law-abiding citizens from being able to get guns and, but that's okay with voting.
The argument someone once told me is they're like, well, the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. Does the 19th Amendment say that? I'm like, are you?
Actually, so it has a slightly different phrasing, but it actually has more precise phrasing about that. So that it's funny that they would bring that up.
It's so dumb, dude. Call in to talk about voter fraud. If you believe voter fraud is happening, pick up the phone.
Yeah.
Call me so I can tell you you're stupid. Ari will tell you. I'm not going to talk. Ari will tell you it's stupid.
So it's the 19th Amendment, because I know you guys hate it. So please tell me how you want to repeal the 19th. So go ahead. Or you can be like that one chick or that one woman, Shannon, I think her name is, whatever her name is, Sharon, something, that said that the CIA is what made the women's separatist movement, not separatist, women's suffrage movement occur 20 plus years before the CIA was created. Make that make sense.
Who said this?
Some woman right-wing influencer that spoke at TPUSA. She has her own podcast now. I can't remember her name. Sharon Susan Stone, something like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she wants to repeal the 19th and also said that the CIA is the one that wanted women's suffrage to occur. By the way, guys, the CIA was formed and created in 1947. When was women's suffrage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The CIA was directly formed in opposition to Red Scare politicking.
Exactly. It had
nothing. I guess for Red Scare politicking.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with women's suffrage. But see, the 19th Amendment verbiage is more succinct and to the point. And this is actually the verbiage of every voting bill has it this way. The right of the citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by United States or any state. I know those are big words.
Our issue, what would help us?
What's that?
If we just got rid of legalese from the Constitution. That's where half our issues come from. It's goddamn legalese and people not understanding legal words. What?
Oh, I was saying thank you to someone in the chat. Sorry, I derailed you.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, I get it. I understand what you're saying. It also kind of makes me want to look sideways and be like, no, because that could create some problems, but I understand it. So basically, shall not be abridged means that you can't create excessive steps or additional steps in order to vote. So that's You guys want to talk about succinct language in the United States Constitution? And that's as succinct as you can get when we're saying that you cannot create unnecessary steps in order to be accessed the right to vote as a citizen.
Doesn't matter. Donald Trump's going to ignore the Constitution anyway. He did it for the birthright citizenship bullshit. The Supreme Court was like, nah, you can't do this. And he said, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah,
I'm just going to pass. I'm going to pass and do it on my own.
He thinks that Donald Trump, and if you guys still support Trump, be sure to call 336-543. I said it correctly, 2101.
Luthien, did we lose you in the call-in screener? Is Luthien here?
I'm here.
Are you in call-in studio?
Oh, looks like my thing lost internet. One sec.
Oh, I was going to say, because there is somebody waiting in the screen who's not been screened yet. And I was like, what's taking screening so long?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Oh, yeah. I just clicked into call-in studio. You're not even... Yeah, it kicked you out.
Yeah, that's also... Someone also said it would topple the precedent... Sorry, I hate those two words. Jenga tower to reward all of the Constitution. That's a funny way of putting it. Yeah.
I say topple any precedent you can get your hands on.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah. Also, guys, if you're a friendly, please don't call in.
Yeah, love y'all, but
yeah,
I ain't trying to talk. I'm too tired to talk to friendlies tonight.
Yeah,
only
I'm
call
good
in if you have direct opposition.
Yeah, I'm good talking to Republicans, conservatives, MAGA. Change my mind. Tell when we get all the way up there, you'll at least have somewhere around 2,000 people watching between all of the chats. Convinced somebody out of the 2,000 people, we'll say 1,500 are all on the left, convince them why they should vote Republican. Tell us why we should vote for that red person. That R next to the ballot. Though a lot of problems would just be solved if we removed the R.
I just realized who's calling. The first call is the crybaby they called my stream earlier today.
Oh, that's funny.
That's gonna be fun to listen to. Crybaby ass. I was in the middle of I'm talking to him, and he kept trying to like overtalk me and control the conversation. I was like, "You're gonna do that? Like, I'm just gonna move on." He's like, "So move on." Then I was like, "Okay," and I hung up.
All right, bet. Bye. They really don't get it. They really don't get it. They just don't understand so many things.
I'm gonna have fun with that one, and then I'll shut up and let you take it.
All right, cool.
Motherfuckers like that. He's calling so many times too.
They do it. It's kind of like
they have a shame kink, bro.
The number of people that we talk to on a regular, like that have called in so many times that we just know them by number or their talking point. It's just like, oh, okay. And they try to change it up every once in a while, and it just doesn't work all the time. Okay, well, we will, Austin, huh? Okay. Well, guys, right before we take this caller, I do just want to remind you, if you are conservative, you are Republican, you are MAGA, you are the demographic of individuals that we are looking to have a conversation with. Tell me what conservative solution you have to fix a lot of the issues that are occurring within the United States, like housing. What conservative solution do you have for health insurance? What conservative solution do you have for the wage gap, if you have any? And stick on that one, the conservative solution for these things. Call and tell me, convince me why. If you want to be slightly misogynist, you can call in too. Tell me why you believe that I know why you want the 14th Amendment repealed, but tell me why you think the 19th Amendment should be repealed. John, that says, get a fucking job. A, this is a job, so good luck with that. We're literally working right now. B, sorry, I don't work at 9 p.m. at night. What the fuck is your problem? Like, maybe you should go back to your overnight shift and get off your phone. Or wait, are you saying that you don't have a job because you're commenting in my comments right now at 9 p.m. at night? Go back to work.
It's also 9 p.m.
I know. 9,
Most
10,
people aren't
8,
at jobs.
7. Yeah. The only people that might still be at work is going to be Hawaii. And they would be leaving work. So you're not doing great. Isn't it funny when they do that really late at night? It's like, yeah, you're killing it. 336-543-2101. We fixed the reverb already, guys, but thanks. All right. Austin, you are on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm good. You?
Great. So
hold on, Ari. Hold on, Ari.
Go ahead.
Just hey, Austin, you gonna be a crybaby this time or nah?
Are you gonna run from the argument this time or nah?
Are you gonna be a crybaby? I just need to know.
I didn't.
It's really important for me. It's really important for me to know if you're gonna be a crybaby or not. Genuinely.
Didn't cry last.
You didn't? Ari, do you want me to? I can play the tape. Ari can judge.
You can
it's
always
a 3-minute
do that,
clip. It's a 3-minute clip. I can play Ari the 3 minutes and let her judge if you were a crybaby or not.
Oh, it's only 3 minutes? I'm here for
it.
it.
3 minutes because he wouldn't. Because when I told him, like I'm telling him now that it's not his show and he doesn't get to dictate the way the show went, or he would leave. He said, "Then hang up." So I hung up.
Yeah.
Because. Guess what? Newsflash, Austin, it's not your show. You don't get to dictate it. Do you think you get to dictate this show?
Yeah, and I also said that I didn't think that I got to dictate your show, sir. You just wanted to run away from the argument.
What I specifically said was you either follow these rules or I'm going to move on. And you said, so move on then, which would imply you aren't going to follow the rules.
Yeah, or I was just calling you on your bluff and decided that I didn't.
I wouldn't move on.
So would you like to engage
the bluff that
in
I wouldn't
debate?
move
Or
on?
are you scared to, are you ready to engage or no?
Was there a bluff that I wouldn't move on?
So I'm just wondering that you don't. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there was a bluff that I wouldn't move on.
Yeah, so how about we?
Hey Ari, if I said if I said you can either respect my home or leave my home, and you go, well, I guess I'm going to leave your home. What does that imply?
In my opinion, that would mean that implies you were wanting to disrespect it, or you were going to continue to disrespect.
Yeah. So I mean, Austin, if you want to admit that you were not going to follow the rules, that would make you good faith, but we know you're not.
MAGA,
so,
Republicans, be good faith.
Engaged in the debate in very, very similar fucking conduct in which I'm engaging right now, in which I'm not interrupting you and fucking going on this random tangent. I'm actually here to engage in the debate. So if you would want to actually engage, let's do that. If you're just here for fucking semantics,
there you go again. There you go again. There you go again, thinking you run the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Crazy.
I think I run your show.
That's crazy. There you go again, doing it. Wild.
It's so crazy. I am curious. Hey, Austin, for some reason, do you happen to like Candace Owens?
No.
Oh, darn. I was going to play a thing. Don't ask. I have, hold on, I'll just play it. Let's see, which one is it?
You're on my show. I'm not on yours. So I'm going to guide the conversation.
True.
Yeah. If a right-winger can do it, then I can do it too.
Ooh, there he goes again, thinking he runs the show. That's so interesting that you keep doing that. That's just so interesting.
That you
Ari will get to the debate whenever Ari feels like getting to the debate. It's so interesting that you're still. It's so interesting that while I'm talking, you're still trying to talk. That's so interesting.
I was speaking when you started speaking.
That's so interesting. Wow. Ari will start the debate whenever Ari's damn well ready to start the debate.
Rodriguez is? Do you know who Patricia Rodriguez is?
Don't care.
Yeah, she was a Mexican citizen who illegally voted.
Don't care.
What about Guadalupe Pina?
Oh, are you going to name one of the 10 people that voted illegally in the last 10 years? Yeah, you're going to name one of the 10 people?
What about Gordon Lewis? What about Roberto
10 people.
What about Muhammad?
10 people. 10 people?
Oh, yeah, I've already passed 10. What about Moses Jr.?
10 people in the last 10 years?
What about Alfred?
10 people in the last 10
Nelson?
years?
What about Alfred Samuel?
Because guess what? See, here, there you go doing it again. Thinking you run the show. Why don't you stop talking?
I'm trying to engage in a debate.
You're not stop. You're not trying to engage in the debate because you're just over talking. It's not trying to engage in a debate if you over talk. It's you trying to soapbox. Guess what we don't do here is soapbox. I hate that this call is waking me up. It's really annoying. I was really excited to not engage today and let Ari take over. So Austin, I'm going to ask you very specifically, what is the number of convicted cases of voter fraud? We'll just start federally and then we'll get to statewide. So I'd like the number of convicted voter fraud that has occurred in the last 10 years.
Ooh, just 10
That's
years?
what I would like to know. Yeah, no, I'm just going to do 10 years for now. So I'd like the number, Austin, of convicted voter fraud in the last 10 years.
Yeah, so it's funny. So we're going to start with the number 1,620. Okay, that's the proven election fraud cases over the past 10 years. 848 criminal and
that's not true. That's not true at all.
Cases
Yeah.
I'm reading it right now. Yeah, the Heritage
in 10
Foundation,
years?
I'm reading it right now. 938 convictions.
Oh, this is the best part. He misread his own source.
He did.
He misread his own
That
source.
was
That's
fantastic.
fucking hilarious.
That's
You
fantastic.
misread your source. Muted. You misread your source. You quite
So
literally
badly,
misread
too.
it. The Heritage Foundation election fraud map is not convictions. It does not track convictions. Doesn't do it. What it tracks is cases. Those cases, if you open them up and read them, will tell you if there was a conviction or not. It does not track solely convicted cases. I don't know if you know this. You might not.
You can narrow
Might not
it down,
know this.
but he's not smart enough to use their little keyword search tool.
Clearly. So, in the last 10 years, I want to know the convictions, Austin. So why don't you tell us the conviction?
Yeah, when you can't refute, you mute, right? Hey, how about Patricia Rodriguez?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ari, did I not provide a refutation just then? I
You
muted you because you
absolutely
were
did.
trying to talk when it wasn't your turn.
You lied through your teeth. You lied through your teeth.
Because it was just actually
Patricia
very
Rodriguez.
funny to me. It was
Patricia
actually just very
Rodriguez.
funny to me. It was
Again, look at
actually
him
just
trying
very
again.
funny to me.
Look at him trying to
She's-
just overtalk.
Yeah, but I'm so respectful. So it's actually very funny to me that Jovan started off setting the criteria being criminal convictions of voter fraud in the last 10 years. What you did was you read the total number of voter fraud cases in the aggregate total, right? Just cases, not convictions.
By the way, it's since they started tracking it. So it's not
which
the last
was
10 years.
1987, if I remember the year without clicking back on it. And that's 1,629-ish.
Yeah. So
But it's not convictions.
Yeah, it's not convictions. He doesn't know the number, chat. He didn't know that the Heritage Foundation's tracker goes back much further than that. For instance, if you go to their thing on Texas, it goes back to 2005 is when they started tracking the data in Texas. He didn't know this. Instead, he's going, in the last 10 years, there was over 1,000. There wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
So I'm going to ask the question again, Austin, and I'd just like an answer. How many cases of voter fraud were there in the last 10 years that led to a conviction?
848. And again, it's so funny to me how you guys go
Nope,
off on your
still
tangents.
wrong.
800. I'm
wrong.
reading it right now from the fucking government
You're
website.
not.
What are you talking about? 848
What government? I'm
convictions.
sorry,
And by
what
the way,
government
you
website
guys say,
specifically?
they've
Sorry,
only
what
found like
government
these 70
website?
members.
Sorry, what
They very
government website?
specifically said
Sorry,
that those are
what
a
government website?
subsection of
This
the
is why
document.
I have to keep muting you. Because when I ask a question, you think it's your turn to talk. What government website? Because the Heritage Foundation isn't a governing body. So I'd love to know what government website you're reading from to get your number. So I'm going to ask it again. What government website, Austin?
Yeah, so again, when you can't refute, you mute. Why don't you try to refute
What government website?
You're just
What
doing so well.
government website? I'm going to ask. I'm going to just keep asking.
I understand.
I'm going to just keep asking it. What government website? What government website?
Are you done?
What government website?
Can you cite your source?
Yeah, how about the U.S. Department of Justice?
Great. So the
What's
U.S.
the
Department of
title?
Justice says there's been 800 plus cases of voter fraud in the last 10 years that have been led to convictions.
That's right.
Okay, give me the direct source.
Would you like me to name off? Would you like me to name?
Give me the direct source. No, I'd like you to give me the direct source.
A bunch of them right now.
Do you notice what he's doing? Do you notice what he's doing, chat? You have to notice what he's doing, I guess. He is refusing to provide his sources because he already lost on his first source when he provided the Heritage Foundation's tracker.
Yep.
Which, again, doesn't say what he's saying it says. Okay. And now he's moving, well, this government website says it, but he won't say. He says the Department of Justice, he won't give us a web page. Won't give a web page. Won't do that. Now, the Heritage Foundation does document roughly about 700 election fraud convictions from 2016 to 2025. You want to know what's funny about that?
I have 510, but yeah.
Not statistically significant in any way, shape, or form. Well, it might be. They might be counting judiciary findings in that. In that number.
I just limited mine to only criminal convictions.
Yeah, if you do just criminal convictions, so it would leave out the what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, so if we go to
civil.
all states, let's pull it up. All states, 2016, 2025, criminal convictions in all categories of fraud. You get about, no, I get a little bit more than you. I have 468 results on that for criminal convictions. So much lower number than 1,600. Why? Because Austin didn't read his own source. And I would I wonder if of the 40 million votes cast, if 400 is statistically significant. Ari, what do you think?
Oh, I think that it's also going to be far less than even 1/10 of a percentage point.
So let's just confirm now. Hey, Austin, now that we've refuted your claim pretty succinctly, what's the source for the government?
It's going to be great.
I just want to know your source for your government claim.
Yeah, perfect. Hey,
from the DOJ.
Let's start with refuting your claim. So you said that there's a very low percentage. It would be less than 10%. I want you to tell me a single designated crime that would be labeled as fraud that has a higher conviction rating than more than 0.005.
Why would we? What would that matter?
Oh yeah, because fraud correlates, right? So whenever we look at
sorry, Austin, what is our direct claim? Austin, what is our claim? Austin, what is our claim? What is our claim? Austin, what is our claim? Austin, what is our claim?
Right, that are
muted. Dumb fuck. Stupid, idiot, like absolute ignoramus.
So
what
bad.
Is our claim? Our claim is the amount of voter fraud that is happening in comparison to the amount of votes being cast is statistically insignificant. It does not lead to any sway in elections. Quite literally, no evidence has been found that fraudulent votes have had any potential swing on elections. And arguably, when you look into most of these votes, the criminal convictions were cast fraudulently against U.S. citizens who voted twice or submitted in a mail-in ballot and then also went in person to vote. Not by fucking illegal immigrants, not by any of this.
Yep.
So again, in the amount of votes cast, you know what? Let's do it. I wonder how many votes were cast in federal U.S. elections.
Oh, just for
I'm going to type this
presidential?
down.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I want to know federal. Oh, since 2016.
Yep, just in the federal presidential elections, it was 449 million.
Okay, and 400 of that is what percentage, Austin? I'm just wondering if you know what percentage 400 is of 400 million.
You're debating yourself.
I'm just wondering. I just want to know. I just want to know.
Number two, you're not even. I
just want to know. I just want to know. See, this is what the fuck. You think you run this shit. You don't.
Really
Stop
do.
acting like you do. It's fucking embarrassing. Again, our claim is the amount of fraudulent votes that are cast is statistically insignificant. And I want to hear
whether you think they are or not. I want you to refute the claim that this is a statistically insignificant amount of votes, to the point where passing legislation to try to prevent this, which fun fact, voter ID wouldn't prevent this. Quite literally wouldn't prevent this from happening, because a lot of these are just voting with a mail-in ballot incorrectly. So again, I'm going to ask the same question when you come off mute. You can try all you want, but if you answer a question that's not the one I ask, you will be muted. I'm going to state our claim again. The amount of fraudulent votes that are happening in elections is statistically insignificant. Refute that. Now you're off mute. Refute it.
Yeah, it's definitely not significantly significant. And if you would allow me to actually fucking refute you, then
what
I
is
would
the
love
percentage?
To. Again, this is stupid.
What is the percentage of fraudulent votes?
Be quiet and allow me to refute you.
What is the percentage? You don't know what statistical significance is. You don't know what statistical significance is, Austin. You don't know what statistical significance is. Bye. Bye. Run away like you always do. Bye. You're a coward.
No need to announce it.
Fucking Christ, bro. He doesn't know what statistical significance is.
No, I don't think he even knows what the word significance means.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
This is the problem. This is a problem.
Which, by the way, guys, for those that saw my whiteboard, because I went ahead and did the math, it's 0.00001%. And for those that are wondering, and I left off 576,000 votes, just to make the math easier for y'all. So for those that are wondering, the total number of votes cast, 2016, 136.7 million, 158.4 million for 2020, 154.3 million for 2024. Again, I said just federal presidential elections, which, by the way, a lot of these were state, local votes, so convictions. They weren't for federal presidential elections. So, but
it's just
if we added those in, it's even lower.
It's so stupid, bro.
There would be a lot more zeros there. So, thank you for letting me prompting me to use my whiteboard. I know, I appreciate it. It's fun,
guys. Don't be like Austin.
Please.
Austin's an idiot. It's so dumb. Anyway,
I like the auto screen on that one. That's kind of funny.
I just so everybody knows, to find the statistical significance of this, we'd first have to create a null hypothesis, which I think we pretty easily can when it comes to voter fraud. Because the null hypothesis would just be if the true rate of fraudulent votes is greater than a negligible threshold. The answer is no. It just isn't. There's less than 0.01% of fraudulent votes happening. That is fucking wiping the board. The amount of fraudulent votes is completely insufficient to change election results. So it is quite literally a conservative talking point. And the reason he just wants to rattle off names is because it makes it sound. Do you think he clicked on any of those names that he read? Do you think he clicked on any of them to read what their cases were?
He didn't. And the best part is I try to find just a baseline Department of Justice voter fraud cases, and there is none. So they don't have, the Department of Justice doesn't have a database for it.
You have Jerry Foster. I don't remember if that's one of the names he listed, but Jerry Foster was convicted in Florida of voting. This is again from the Heritage Sites website because he was a convicted felon who tried to vote. Wow, that's so look at all these convicted felons out here voting for Democrats. Also, we don't know who these people voted for.
At all.
James Hope was convicted for false registration. because he provided false documents when he was registering, because he did that. None of these, again, swayed any election. And this is going all the way back again to 2016. When I use the Heritage Sites website, when I put 2016 to 2025, and I do criminal convictions, all categories, all subcategories, you get 468 results. 468 in 10 years. Yeah, we definitely need to pass comprehensive voter fucking fraud measures. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, he was just naming people that have been listed on the Department of Justice as having committed voter fraud. Just if you search it up. So I think he might have said this, Carlos.
He didn't actually read
but yeah,
he didn't actually read his thing, because I asked him what it was in 10 years, and he goes 1,600, which means all he did was he Googled, and the first link he said was there were 1,600 on this in this entire document, or this entire database from the Heritage Foundation, not 1,600 in the last 10 years, like I said. Anyway, we can do whatever call you want to do next. I'm slightly more awake.
Yeah, you're good. I was still trying to click on this. Yeah, this, and even the election integrity page on the justice.gov is fucking Donald Trump's face. So I have feelings about that. Why does his face got to be on every website? Okay. All right. We will. That's a good story. Okay. We'll just go ahead and go in order. Mark, you are on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, how's it going? Can you all hear me well?
We can.
All right. So I wanted to debate the capitalism one. I'm not a Chud, part of the Kamala K Hive. So I agree with 90% of your statements, but I feel like it's very trendy to overbash capitalism, and I wanted to chat about it.
How has capitalism helped the lower middle class?
The lower middle class? You talking about the U.S. specifically?
Yes.
Yeah, wrong question.
Oh, it's gotten them an insane amount of cheap stuff with pretty good wage growth. And, like, food used to be an enormous part of the cost of living in the world in a way that it's just not on the same level today. Like, there's a reason global hunger is almost ended, and it's because food production and distribution is so insanely efficient, especially under a globalized liberal capitalist system.
Global hunger is currently increasing throughout the world right now.
Okay, what do you mean by global hunger is increasing throughout the world? Like, be specific, because there's so many of these anti-capitalism stats that are like, you have one blip.
This has nothing to do with capitalism. These are numbers from UNRWA. I believe that it was at 40 million at the start of the year, and it's increased to 55 million across the entire globe. And I might be wrong with my numbers.
Presumably because Donald Trump closed the Strait of Hormuz effectively.
Doesn't matter. It's still increasing because war is profitable.
Well, I mean, that's a really good point. We have insanely less war in the post-World War II liberal capitalist system than we did before. So, like, the least capitalist president, especially on the global stage, that we've had in about a century.
Sorry, Mark. Who is we? When you say we have less war, who is we?
The world. Everyone.
The world.
There are literal conflicts
do you want to pull up the graph here? Do you want?
Oh, sorry.
How are you defining war? How are you defining war?
Do you want to just go number of deaths by people killed in conflict of any kind?
Why would I just be worried about
myself?
Wait, why would I just be worried about number of deaths?
Yeah, and I have to correct myself real quick. It's 733 million people, according to the WHO, across the world that are facing hunger.
Million people?
Yep, across the world, according to the WHO.
Sorry, you mean are experiencing hunger right now?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that compare to historical figures?
Well, Ari didn't make a claim
How does
about it
that
compared to
compare to
historical
a
figures.
pre-World War II world?
Hold on. Ari
I
didn't make that claim.
that claim.
Her claim was just that it's increasing currently.
It is.
Okay, so
Which
okay,
it makes sense because
maybe
it's
I
increasing
misunderstood
along
you.
with the
You're
lines of our
attributing that to
population increase.
capitalism, right? So you're
Wait, I just want to, hold on really quickly, Mark. Really quickly, Mark. Really quickly, Mark.
Come on.
I just want to point out that since the conflict data program started tracking these numbers in 1946, we've gone from 11 state-based armed conflicts in the world to 61 in the last 2 years. There's 61 state-based armed conflicts currently happening. There were 11 in 1946.
Yeah, 1946 is importantly the time that global capitalism was roughly founded. Like, do you want to compare
do you think were happening before this?
1946 to well before 1946?
Yeah, what year do you want to use specifically?
1900.
Just
nice round
blanket
number.
the 1900.
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
Let's go for a round number.
Let's find out.
I'm seeing 10.
Based on modern definitions, we're looking at around less than 25. You're talking about just the year 1900, right? I'm showing an estimated 10 to 15. 2024 alone was 61. So I'm just wondering when this more violent period is going to start.
Yeah. How about we Google people killed in conflict by year?
Why would I just be worried about people killed?
I like how the goalpost just
Well, I mean, I think it's a pretty bad part of war, in my opinion. But if there's something you prefer,
wait, Mark.
Yeah.
Just because more people are just because less people are dying doesn't mean that they're not facing historically fucked up conditions from war, right?
Okay.
Just because less people are dying in wars,
that more people are experiencing bad conditions that aren't death.
Well, if more people are experiencing war, then more people would be experiencing bad conditions, right?
And are more people experiencing war?
If we went from 15 state-based conflicts to 61?
Yeah, that's insane.
Counting conflicts is bullshit, though. Like, we live in a world where
the goalpost moving is crazy right now.
Well, no.
I actually think moving the goalpost from something other than number of people dying in war is pretty fucking egregious.
Number of people dying in war was never the goalpost.
We live in a world
that's not what our
goalpost is. But also,
let's do it. Hold on.
On some random person.
Wait,
let's do it. Let's do it. Conflict tally, which wouldn't have in 1900 because you couldn't do that in 1900.
Let's do it. Between 1900 and 1913, it's estimated 1 to 2 million people died from war-related deaths. Between 2000 and 2024, it's 5 to 10 million. 1946 to 1999 was 20 to 30 million.
And now
the goalpost is moving again. The goalpost is now moving again?
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Brother, this is embarrassing.
No.
You asked me for number of war-related deaths. And now that I've given you that, now you want to know the per population rate.
All of you wonderful people, Google a graph of deaths in war over time. Make sure it goes back before 1900 or so. It's like the
now
most
we've moved the goalpost again
to
before 1900.
The people dying in war. Yes, my goalpost.
Mark, why do you keep moving the goalpost? Why do you keep moving the goalpost? It's starting to piss me off. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wait, okay, what goalpost am I moving? What are a goalpost? You haven't even defined a goalpost.
Great.
When I say less people die in war, you say that in some magical way more people are affected by war.
Mark, if I have to replay the tape, you're going to owe me $25. I just want you to know.
Okay, replay the tape.
If I have to replay the tape, you will owe me $25. The initial claim that was made in this was that Ari's claim is that, or I think it was Ari who said it originally, is that more people are experiencing negatives from war today than they used to. I proved that right by proving there was more state-based conflicts today than there were in the year you gave me to look at, which was 1900. You said that year. You said nice round number. This was the first part of the claim. You then moved the goalpost to deaths, not just people experiencing it, but deaths. I said, great, let's play the death game.
Clear,
stop. I don't know why you're speaking right now. 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 And if you continue to do it, I will mute you. Muted. If you try to talk over me, you're getting muted. I'll play the fucking tape. Like, truthfully, I don't mind it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's play the tape, Ari.
I think we need to, because, geez, it makes me glad to.
What are we thinking? Like, how long has this call been going on? So I know how far to go back. About 10 minutes or so.
9 minutes and 12 seconds. So I would estimate go back tape. 6 minutes.
Yeah, let's pull the initial claim, because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind at this guy right now.
All right. It's insane.
Okay. So actually, it was Mark's claim, by the way. Oh, Mark, this is going to fucking bite you in the ass. Okay, Mark, I'm going to unmute you so that this, Mark, you've been muted this whole time. I'm going to unmute you now to bite you, so this bites you in the ass. Your claim that you made was that there's more war, not deaths. You said there is more war back then than there is now.
Yep.
That was the claim we were analyzing. You said specifically there's more war back then than there is now. I refuted that by proving that there was less armed conflicts, state armed conflicts back then than there is now. You then moved the goalpost from more war to more deaths. I refuted this using the timeline you gave me, which was the 1900s. You then moved the goalpost again to say, well, look, before the 1900s. So you have moved the goalpost. Twice, if not 3 times.
Wait, am I muted right now?
Because, see, the original thing was about like world hunger on my thing. Cool. So then it became war.
I'll play the tape now if you want to hear it.
Do it. I want to hear it.
So I didn't say, no, 1900's not a good year. Look before. I just told people to find graphs that cover the 1900s, which means they start before 1900s.
You said you don't look need to pretend before to be the 1900s.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mark, if I'll play the whole goddamn thing.
That starts before the 1900s. This is, it's exactly what I just said.
This is so fucking embarrassing. Here, let's listen to the tape. Let's listen to the tape. Just makes my life hilarious.
Okay. Wait, you want me to admit a shadow about
Mark, stop talking. Sorry, Mark. Who is we? When
we had a capitalist system than we did before.
Here we go.
Insanely less war.
Ready?
Well, I mean, that's a really good point. We have insanely less war in the post-World War II liberal capitalist system than we did before.
So we have insanely less war in the post-World War II capitalist system than we did before, was your claim. I refuted this claim and proved it incorrect. And instead of conceding, you moved the goalpost. Then you moved it again. Then you moved it again. Because you're a slimy little bitch who can't just admit, sorry, I was wrong.
Oh, and what were we saying? The goalpost. Hold on, Mark.
You ready?
Mark, 1 second. Stop.
Wait, we can all come into agreement. It'll be great.
Stop for a second, Mark. Thank you. So when we're talking about the goalpost, since apparently you needed an explanation of what we mean when we say a goal and a goalpost. So your original goal was your first claim. There is insanely less war right now than we had pre World War II, right? So that was the goal. We exceeded that goal, and then you shifted it to now to add on the number of deaths. So when we say that you've moved the goalpost, that's what we mean. We made it to your goal mark, and you didn't like the answer, so you added additional steps. Because, you moved it back.
It's going to be great.
That's what that means.
Right now, you're going to have such a good time. You ready? You ready to take your big W?
With the $25 waste my time fee.
Stupid gotcha is about to happen.
That's going great.
No, do you want your W? in a time when the U.S. couldn't fly a B-2 bomber wherever the fuck it wanted on Earth and drop bombs on whatever regime it was mad at in some moment, I am sure you had a lesser number of wars and way more people dying in them and way more people affected by them. Like, by number of wars, it's probably comparable to slightly better in the pre-World War II period, because you were basically only dealing with border conflicts. But if you want to look at any metric of per capita, how people are affected by war, find the metric where we're worse now than we were then. And especially find the metric where we're worse and per capita. Per capita. You know the human population rises, right? And then
how much has the human population risen since 1940?
Since 1900 or 1940? I thought 1900 was when we were comparing.
Shit.
Oh my God. I also, I'm going to point this out. He also is missing the exact terminology that Jovan was using when he was talking about the number of wars, because he didn't specifically say war, right? With 61 occurring right now. He said state-based armed conflict. Do you know what that means, Mark?
Any number of things. I don't know. It depends if we pat ourselves on the back and say this.
You should just say I don't know. You should just say I don't know, because right now what you're doing is you're equivocating and it's completely wrong.
By the way, 1900 was 1.6 billion people.
A state-based armed conflict is fighting over control of a government or territory in which at least one side is a state government, and the violence causes at least 25 battle-related deaths in a calendar year.
It doesn't even matter. The only reason he wants to stick on deaths is because it's his easiest, but deaths doesn't matter when capitalism will hurt people even without them dying. You don't need to die for capitalism to be bad to you.
So stupid. Don't matter.
No, he just doesn't understand that it's not
sorry, Ari. Hold on, Ari. Sorry, Ari. I'm so sorry that I have to do this. Mark, I want you to know that was the stupidest shit anyone has said to me today, and I just had to deal with fucking Austin's dumbass shit.
I was asking if I understood what you just said, because it sounded a little bit weird.
No, you aren't. No, you aren't.
It was like verbatim what you weren't. Did I mishear you?
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
Oh, sorry, I misheard you. Maybe my connection.
Nobody with a brain would take me going, deaths aren't the only way you suffer when war hits you, especially under capitalism, to, so we just don't care about the deaths? That's stupid as fuck.
Oh, okay,
and
great.
The bad faithness, Mark, is going to legitimately drive me fucking batty.
That's
the bad faithness here is going to make me lose my shit.
No,
it's your fucking claim, dumb fuck. Ari, you can take it. I can't talk to this fucking idiot.
No, this is actually why, and I'm not even gonna lie, right? Because neither Jovan nor I associate ourselves with the Democratic Party. We don't consider ourselves Democrats because Democrats engage in capitalism. I know. It's not about
over and over again.
I know. It's so sad. It's so sad, Austin.
Years into predicting the inevitable collapse of capitalism.
All right. I'm over
up.
You talking over me with your negative impulse control because you're well below zero. You're absolutely negative. So in today's episode of Ari and Jovan shitting on Democrats, we present you Mark, member of the Democratic Coalition. By his own admission, mind you, right? He's like, we're going to agree on 90% of things. And he just wants to be like, capitalism is amazing. It's so amazing, guys. So no, what we're like, just on this last part, like, war is profitable. Democrats have been warmongers. Democrats have committed war crimes, all in the name of capitalism. We spend some of the greatest part of our budgets, not the greatest, but some of the largest part of our government budget is what we spend on our military every single year. And guess who votes on it every single year in favor of it? Is the Democratic Party. So yes, Mark, when I'm saying that, hello, welcome to my TED Talk of shitting on Democrats today, I present you Mark. you're going to be made the example of. You are actually showing how much of a warmonger you are and love to be as a member of the Democratic coalition. And you are one of the individuals that I personally have an issue with, because now you are trying to qualify whose death was worse than the other person's. And you need to go back to the historical figures to figure it out. All because, yes, we all know millions, hundreds of millions of people died in World War II. We all know that. Congratulations. You're not winning any brownie points here, right? Great. Capitalism is part of the root of that. Can people remind me, like, why did Nazi Germany actually took over the country? Was it because the value of the German currency had ballooned so much to the point after World War I with the Treaty of Versailles, where they capitulated unconditionally, and so they couldn't work? Well, sorry, they couldn't buy anything. They couldn't trade anything. France temporarily invaded them. All of these things happened because they owed debt to other countries. So literally, sir, Mark, if you actually don't deserve to be called sir at this point, Mark, to be clear, capitalism is legitimately what caused World War II to occur. Was there some ideology within that also popped off with it? Of course, yes. But the main reason why the Workers' Party of Nazi Germany came to power was because of the devaluation of their currency at the time.
And Ari, let's also not forget that the large capitalists of Germany at the time sided with Hitler as he dismantled the fuck out of worker rights, because they realized, well, if we side with Hitler, we won't lose our wealth. We'll at least get to hold on to our wealth. So as Hitler and the Nazis systemically destroyed worker rights, including but not limited to throwing protesters into jail, throwing organizers into jail, making it fucking illegal for Germans to start worker unions.
Yep.
Because the best way fascism profits is by dismantling the rights of the labor force. But Mark would love us to believe that capitalism is such a beneficial system. It does so much that Mark can't even think of, well, how do we want to quantify pain and suffering after, if not by deaths in war? I don't know, maybe like physical injury or disabilities. Two things. Capitalism is not fucking great at helping people through. You know what tends to be great at helping people through that? Socialized healthcare. Definitely not capitalism. What about psychological trauma? Oh, well, again, not if you live in a capitalist state where you don't have equal access to fucking mental health care. What about sexual violence? Oh, I love to see how the capitalists protect that. Let's look at the fucking police force and capitalist systems and how many rape kits sit fucking unused in our country alone.
Unprocessed.
What about displacement? People who no longer have their homes or their land because capital likes to come in and steal these things from as many people as it can. Or hunger and malnutrition or disease or all these other fucking shits that capitalism is so amazing at protecting. Mark, you fucking floundered here, and unless you concede, I'm going to be so fucking real with you. The point that you made, which was, and I quote, that capitalism has led to less people experiencing war since pre-1940, which we've proven is not fucking true. I will move on to one of the other callers who hopefully is not a bot.
Hopefully not a bot.
Either you, these are your options here. You either concede to this point or we move on. Those are your options. You're now unmuted. I'd love to hear your answer to this.
That's all I heard. Nope.
Bye.
Okay, bye, Pookie Pie. So I'm going to be like so for real. So it's Democrats like Mark that make me even more upset and more mad than MAGA and conservatives and Republicans. Because you're technically on the same side, but you won't open your eyes fully. And I blame it on indoctrination of our system and being like not capitalism, but communism bad, socialism bad, and not even knowing what it is. And you guys just believed it and you lived in it. And I'm so glad, Mark, that you called up on this show to learn absolutely fucking nothing, because you refuse to adjust. You refuse to evolve. That's what it actually comes down to.
Those fucking goalposts moving, and then fucking him saying we were moving the goalpost might have led me to become an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Can't even lie with you.
I mean, I rarely drink. But it's just so dumb. Capitalism. In my opinion, and I know Jovan agrees with this, and I know most of the people in the chat will also agree with this, access to food is a human right. Therefore, food should not even be a commodity, which means that no one should be starving anywhere in the world because food should not be a commodity.
Estúpido.
Yeah.
We can hit whoever you want to next.
Yeah, we'll see how this one goes.
It's crazy how these last two calls woke me the fuck up, bro.
They did. See, that's what always happens to Jimmy when he's like, I'm not feeling the best. So you're going to be handling most of it. And it's always somebody that, the way I always say, tickle my brain. And that's basically what just happened to you, is they tickled your brain in not in the way that woke you up to be like, I have opinions. I have very big feelings on this one, which are valid. Okay. Anthony, you are on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing great. So Anthony, you are in Florida. You identified yourself as independent. Tell me who you voted for in the 2016 election.
2000 what?
2016.
I didn't vote at all.
Okay, 2020, who did you vote for?
I didn't vote at all either.
Did you vote in 2024?
Yes, I did.
Who'd you vote for?
Donald Trump. My first
So why
time
didn't you
voting,
vote in
by the way.
Why'd you vote for Donald Trump?
You really want to know the answer to that question, or are you going to try to make me look stupid for answering it?
Yes, we asked the question. Provide the answer.
I just gotta be so honest about something real quick.
Are you gonna try to make me look stupid,
Anthony?
For
answering
the question. What's up,
Anthony? Nothing I say will make you look stupid. If you provide a stupid answer, that will make you look stupid.
Okay, well,
I can't make you look anything.
I voted for Donald Trump because of the Butler incident. Woke me up.
Because the what woke you up?
The Butler incident woke me up.
Oh, this is definitely a troll. Huh.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's saying. So
I'm not actually trolling. I'm being dead serious. The Butler situation woke me up. You're not living in reality. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, are you talking about Butler, Pennsylvania, where the wife of the deceased firefighter said that it was a setup?
Wait, dead ass?
I'm sorry.
She did.
Can you repeat that again?
She said it. She believes it was a setup.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's just one.
She said she believed it was staged.
Wait, let's say it's not. Let's say it wasn't staged, right? Let's say it was real. Why would that make you vote for somebody?
Yeah, that is
just because I saw the truth. There's only one party that would have benefited from Donald Trump being dead.
Yeah, the Republican Party.
Yeah, they could have gotten so much more done.
Because they all hate him. Because they all hate him. They hate. No, that's the perspective of a lot of Republicans in office who secretly lambaste Trump and they wish they didn't have to answer to him.
Yeah, they do it all the time. It's out there.
That's what I'm talking about. You live in Delulu world.
Oh, okay.
I just would love to know. Hey, real quick, Anthony, can you name me one Donald Trump policy that he's passed, either in his first term or second term, that positively affected middle class America, like the average American? It positively affected them. Give me how it affected them and how there's a causality between the positive benefit and the policy.
I can give you an incident that positively affected me.
That you're not average Americans.
What?
What?
When I'm saying I want how it affected like the average American, what I'm asking is give me the policy that benefited the most American people. Give me how it benefited. Like, I'm not worried about one thing that might have helped you, right?
Sincerely.
Trump's policies have technically benefited me because I make enough that his tax policies like are beneficial to me, right? Not beneficial because I pay for my, like, I'm self-employed, but like I don't care about that. How does it affect the majority of Americans?
Okay, I really wasn't trying to debate. I was really trying to warn you guys, but I'll go ahead and answer your question.
Try to warn us.
I'll go ahead and answer your question. Okay. Mass deportation benefited all of us, actually.
How specifically?
Okay. All right. Let's say if an illegal immigrant commits a crime, and murders someone, we could have prevented that murder if we just deported them in the first place.
What percentage of Americans have suffered based on crimes done by illegal immigrants?
How about you tell me that, sir?
It's your claim.
I can claim whatever I want. How about you educate me?
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Is Mercury in retrograde?
I think it's just reverse, all the time now.
How about this?
I bring out the crazies apparently, so I'm sorry.
I can prove it. How many illegal immigrants are in the country?
Estimated in the country right now?
14.3 estimated. Pew Research.
It's like between. It's not zero.
It should be zero though.
Why hasn't Trump gotten it to zero?
It's because you guys are resisting. You're jumping on top of ICE cars, getting shot.
Trump has control of the House. He has control of the Senate. Yeah. He has control of all three branches of government. ICE has been funded now more than it ever has been in the past. But you're saying the American people are making it too difficult for Trump to mass deport these people.
There's two. Do you remember what happened last year when ICE went to LA? It was a shitstorm.
Okay, and
maybe if he didn't fight towards my mass deportations, I would be able to deport them all.
Oh, right.
It's like talking to a toddler, bro. Holy shit!
Not talking like to a toddler. How about this? Who's really living in delusional world? You believe that a man could be a woman.
Here comes trans people. Yep. Here it comes. Yeah, hey, how come you think about trans people so much, Anthony?
So weird.
Why are they on your brain 24/7?
Do you want to know the reason why?
Is this where you finally admit to the troll?
It proves that you don't have the fundamentals. If you can't tell me that a man can't be a woman, then nothing that you say actually matters.
Anthony, I promise you I know more. Anthony, I promise you that I have forgotten more about neurology, psychology, and sociology on this topic than you have ever learned. You don't want to go down this route with me.
Then why can't you tell me a man can be a woman?
I don't think men can be women. Stupido.
Okay. But that's not the majority of what your party thinks.
No, the majority of my party thinks the same thing that I do, that trans women are women. That doesn't mean we think men can be women. It's stupido.
Anyways, that mute button is not going to save you. Eventually, you're going to have to take a giant-ass red pill.
You haven't even been muted.
You want to bet? Boom, look at that mute button saving us. How was your day, Ari?
It's been great. Well, I mean, mostly. It was a monotonous day at work, so nothing really happened. I did a bunch of emails and putting together a desk, a very, very heavy desk.
Putting together a desk?
Yeah, not mine. It's for Chris. He got a new desk.
Why didn't he put a desk together?
Oh no, I was helping.
Because you were helping him. I thought you said like he made you put it. I was like, why is he making you put his desk together?
No, not that bad. I mean, granted, like when I lived by myself, I put together all of my furniture by myself. So there is that.
Well, yeah, when you live by yourself, who else is gonna do it?
Well, I mean, I had family that was like 20 minutes away that I could have asked to help, but I just chose not to because.
All right, let's see what this Uggo has now. All right, now what do you want, Ugo? The mute button seemed to save us.
Hello?
It saved my ears.
Yeah, it seemed like the mute button did its job, Anthony. You said it wouldn't save us, but it seemed like it did.
Hello? I know you want to control the narrative because you're the real authoritarian.
Yeah, me muting you on my live is so authoritarian. Yep. Spell authoritarian.
It is because you want to. It
Spell
does.
it.
You
Spell it.
You spell it for me.
Spell it.
You spell it for me.
Because you
You
can't.
spell it for me.
Because you can't.
No,
you
I don't
can't
know how to.
authoritarian.
I don't know how to spell it, but I know what a man on the
Obviously.
moon is.
No
W
shit.
concession.
Define it. Define authoritarian.
I have common sense.
Define authoritarian.
It's literally you. You. See?
Define it.
You're
Go
testing
ahead.
my intelligence. It's
Yes,
okay.
because you're stupid.
You
Define
control the
authoritarian.
You're gonna
Define
you're stupid.
authoritarian. Define it.
Just a fact. You tell
Come on.
me.
Define it.
I don't know.
Come on.
I
You
already
used
said
the
I
word,
don't
dummy.
know.
We can
You
tell
used the
you
word.
don't know.
So you
said I
used a
don't
word
know.
that you
I already
you
said I
used a
don't know.
word you didn't know the definition of?
You tell me. That doesn't bother me.
Damn. So it's
That's
so
the
it's
difference-
true.
that's
You
the
are
difference
stupid.
between me and you.
Hey Ari, do you think
If you
smart
say
people use
so.
words they don't know the definition of?
Typically no. I will
Ooh.
preface that, but typically
Ooh.
no.
They don't, do they?
Great.
Yeah,
Hey,
most
Anthony,
people
how
want
come
to
you-
look up the
doesn't it-
word
Anthony, how
before
come
they
you
use it.
use how come you'd use words that you don't know the definition of? Stupido.
Because I want to. How about that? You can't stop me
I
either.
want you.
You can't.
Because
you
I
can't
want
stop
to,
me
and you
either.
can't
You know-
stop
you know
me.
You want to know what's crazy? You
When?
want to know what's crazy?
Oh my
You?
gosh.
Y'all done?
Wait, you ready? You ready? You ready? This is what you sound like right now. That's you. That is quite literally you right now.
It's great. It's great.
Uh-huh.
That's what y'all sound like every time Donald Trump talks.
My dog can
Every
hear
time
it through
that's
the
y'all.
headphones.
That's y'all. Every time Trump talks, that's y'all crying. Yep. That's literally sounds like a liberal to me. Yeah. Oh, Renee Good. Oh God, Alex Peretti. Oh, Alex Peretti. Oh my God, Renee Good. Oh.
Hey Anthony, I'm gonna tell you something. Okay. And I want you to listen super close. You're muted, so I can't hear a word you're saying right now. I can see you trying to talk. It doesn't matter. Nobody can hear you. I'm going to tell you something very important right now. Okay? Jokes, haha, funny, whatever. You mocking two people who were killed by the state for quite literally no reason.
Yep.
Just shows that you're literal human scum. You're lower than scum. You aren't even worth washing me and Ari's feet. And even Jesus would do that.
That's true.
You genuinely, Anthony, are a bastard person. And it sucks. And I hope you go the rest of your life understanding that you're a bastard person. Maybe one day you'll know true love. It won't be now. Probably won't be a year from now. And when you're on your deathbed with no one to hold you, I hope you remember, well, I made fun of this mom who was killed brutally and her kids had to watch it. I made fun of this guy who quite literally did nothing illegal and he was killed by being shot in the back. Take that with you to the grave. Truthfully, take that with you to the grave. No one gives a fuck about you. Goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Also, I will point out, because a lot of people in the chat are pointing it out, it sounded like he was really enjoying himself as if he were alone while listening to a baby crying.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah. Also, while bringing up Alex Peretti, just like, oh, sir.
But I bet he was the same type of person, like, you're making Charlie Kirk jokes.
Oh, God, I dealt with one of those today.
Yeah, we got a lot of calls in queue, so
hey, yo.
take your pick.
Holy, I did not expect to scroll and see so many.
Yeah, it's been
my
conservatives real got their knickers in a twist tonight.
Damn. Let's see. That sounds boring, honestly. All right. I guess I'm just going to be a whole Florida hater for a second.
Real?
Yeah. Caleb, you are on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Doing fantastic. He, him calling from Florida. Curiosity wants me to ask you, did you vote in your Florida primaries?
No.
Are you not registered as a Republican or a Democrat?
I'm not sure what I'm registered as. I am registered. I'd have to check my voter card.
Who would you, if you still had all of the candidates available for the Florida gubernatorial race, and trust me, I hate that word, but that's for the governor's seat, who would you have voted for if you still had all of the candidates that were available?
I don't know any of the candidates that were available.
Of course, that tracks. Who did you vote for in 2016?
In 2016, I didn't vote.
In 2020?
I didn't vote. I didn't know that was going to be the line of questioning.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just having a line of inquiry here. Just bear with me. 2024, last one on this one.
Did not vote.
Okay.
Listen, I support people's right to engage in democracy. I just have willingly chose not to.
I'm really... Yeah, Why don't you vote?
I feel like I have that right.
Why don't you vote?
I would say lack of faith in the system. I don't feel like we have a democracy. I feel like it's more of a federalist republic that's not representative of my ideas.
What are your ideas?
I would say a government that's more for the people and not for corporations.
And for some reason, you're pro-capitalism. Can you square that circle for me?
Yeah. So I guess to start off, I would assume that my idea of capitalism would align with your definition, correct? What would you define capitalism as? Where the property, means of production, tools, land is all owned privately, correct?
Correct.
All right. Well, I feel like capitalism can still work in a society where we produce a surplus of goods to cover everybody's needs. And where we have a surplus, I feel like people that are well educated or driven or provide a surplus benefit to society can benefit more than people who don't.
So I'm just wondering, when you said can work for who?
What do you mean?
Work for
Just like
who
work in the general
specifically?
sense of the word work?
Yeah, but capitalism is a system that directly is tied into people. Right. So which people are we saying capitalism works for?
I would say in a properly managed capitalist system, it would work for everybody.
What is a properly managed capitalist system?
Well, like I said, if we have a surplus of goods to supply everybody to meet their basic needs, then the people with, good education, good ideas, and providing a surplus of benefit to society should benefit more than people that are not making those same contributions.
Wait, that sentence didn't make any sense, my friend.
How should I?
Because this is just
that?
Well, it's not about reclarifying. I'm asking you who it's working for, and you're saying, well, it's only going to work for these select people. It's going to work for people with good education.
Are you asking me who it works for currently?
Yeah. Even in your good system, who's capitalism working for?
Well, I just said everybody. I just said some people benefit more than others.
Well, wait, do you think capitalism will benefit everybody, though?
Well, yeah. So if we're in a society where, as a whole, if you take the production of, just using the United States as an example, if we produce a surplus of food, a surplus of houses, if we have enough to feed everybody, clothe everybody, house everybody, if we produce a surplus, then that means that if we provide everybody a minimum, and the people that produce more benefit for society through science, medicine, innovations, stuff like that, the people that work hard and drive to improve society, they should benefit more than other people from the work that they put into society.
So the United States currently does have a surplus, and people do not receive benefits from said surplus.
Nope.
So how do we?
Oh yeah,
how do we address
that's a governmental
this?
problem.
It's a governmental problem.
Oh yes.
In what way?
In the way that the economy is not being managed properly. So capitalism, socialism, communism, these are...
Okay, let's take hold on, let's take a direct example. Wait. Let's take a direct example. We have 600,000 to 700,000 houseless people in the United States currently. Yeah. We have a surplus of about 16 million homes. How should the government manage this resource better so that all these people who are houseless get homes?
Well, that's a deep topic. I would start by saying that it should be illegal for some of the ways that the housing market has been inflated. So the price of housing is a big driver for the number of houseless people. So there's a couple of key issues there. You know, people that have like dozens or hundreds of properties that they are renting out for, you know, more money than what I would say that they're actually worth, which is partially driven by the value of real estate, which is, you know,
private property dictate that they should be allowed to do this.
Yes, but with limitations.
Then that's not private property. Like you don't want a free market then.
Yeah.
No, it's still private. You can still buy stuff.
But you want restrictions on the market.
Oh yes, 100%.
So capitalism only works. Wait. So capitalism only works when we place massive restrictions on it.
Sounds like it.
Yes.
Why not go a step further and just get rid of it?
Okay, and what would a step further be for you?
Abolishing private property in general. If private property is going to lead to these negatives to the point where we have to regulate against it anyway, why not just get rid of it?
Regulate it to the point of there's severe limitations and access to it. Because that's what you're advocating for.
That can be applied to a lot of things in life. Just because something can lead to something bad does not necessarily mean that it needs to be abolished instead of regulated. I feel like
capitalism needs to be abolished because it's inherently unethical.
Private property is unethical.
Private property. The ability to privately own the means of production is unethical. It leads to coercion and manipulation. Like it inherently leads to these things. Yeah. Just by its nature.
And
like ontologically, it's evil.
Yeah. Exploitation.
I'll say unethical. I won't say evil. Ontologically.
And what in the nature of owning private property makes it inherent to lead to those things?
Because private property gives singular individuals arbitrary power over controlling productive means, specifically resources necessary for people to live. It's unethical for singular people.
Power if it was regulated?
Yes, that's still arbitrary power. Yeah.
Yes, they still have it.
What would make it not arbitrary is if it's not if it's not singular individuals. Sorry, go ahead, Ari.
I was just saying, like, it's the reason why I was saying it's exploitative is because you have people that are working, they are giving their labor, right, their personal workforce, and they are not being paid a livable wage. The capitalist system literally doesn't take, the majority of companies, don't take the most qualified employee. They take the employee that they believe they can pay the least amount of money to. It's inherently exploitative.
Right, but that's not all companies. And again, that comes down to regulation. Like, just to...
Yeah, I know, I caveated that.
Yeah, random big company, they hire, workers
Not random,
at minimum
Fortune
wage, not paying them
500s.
enough. Okay, Fortune 500 companies hiring workers, not paying them enough to live. I agree that that is a problem, but that is a result of poor regulation and money in politics and companies being forced by fiduciary responsibility to increase their profits every quarter,
Capitalism.
to increase their stock price.
It's funny how he's literally railing against capitalism right this moment.
I wouldn't say that. I would say I'm railing against the way that it is ran. There are many ways to run capitalism. Like, you can have capitalism with, socialist programs. You can run capitalism without it. You can have capitalism through authoritarian means, through democracy.
At all to have a system in which your labor is a commodity that you sell to private business owner or to just private ownership in general.
Yeah.
You can see this in the split between the value of the money you produce. You only keep 58% of what is, and this is an estimate specifically from the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, that when it comes to the dollar that is produced by the worker in the United States alone, only 58% of that goes back to the worker. You are inherently
I think
having your
problem.
labor stolen. That's capitalism. Like, quite literally.
So that's the United States. I feel like you're confusing the state of things in our country with a fundamental idea. I feel like
there is nowhere in the globe
going on there.
There's no single capitalist country in which the worker is receiving the full value of the labor they put in. It's not a single place in the world where that's happening.
So let me counter that. What is your preferred economic system then?
Bare minimum socialism.
I do have a point here.
But I don't know what that has to do with
the
unethical nature
Not
of
bare
capitalism.
minimum. What is your preferred?
I mean, I'm a communist. I don't know what Ari is.
Okay, so can you point to a place in the world where, because you said there's no place in the world where there's a capitalist system, right, that you would consider beneficial to the working man. Can you point to a place where there is communism and it is beneficial?
Where there's communism and it is beneficial? No, because capitalists keep killing them. Or overthrowing their government, like we did in Chile, and like we did in Iran, and like we did in Haiti, and like we did in Venezuela, and like we did in all these other socialist states that didn't even get a chance to move to communism, because the United States spends billions of dollars and kills millions of people to keep socialism and communism from propping up.
So the downfall of communism and socialism is because of capitalism.
In a post-World War II world, 100%.
Yes.
Post-CIA? Yeah.
I feel like that's a convenient answer.
Why did Chile face a coup after they democratically elected Salvador Allende into office, who decided to start nationalizing stuff so he could get the money back into the Chilean pockets? What happened?
Listen, I'm not aware of the history of Chile. I only know one person from Chile.
Yeah, I'll tell you. There was a coup that the U.S. supported,
which
threw in Pinochet, who was a dictator that the U.S. supported because he was willing to go back to letting large capital businesses siphon off resources out of Chile. Why was there a coup in Iran in the 50s?
Okay, so let's address that Chile point real quick. So you said, large corporations coming in and siphoning off resources. I mean, that goes back to my original point. If it's completely unregulated and companies are allowed to just do whatever they want, of course it's going to be bad. I feel like you are hinging your argument against capitalism on greedy people, and specifically people that have been allowed to amass power, and there's been nothing to check that power.
of it. So people can't do that.
Well, because communism is fundamentally flawed as well.
Okay.
If there's no
so
private property,
what is the
if the government owns everything.
Oh, pause. You don't know what communism is.
The government owns the means of production. Private property is not allowed. Goods and foods are given to people based on their needs.
Nope. You're literally describing state socialism right now, not communism.
No, I'm describing communism.
You're describing state socialism.
Right.
You are describing state socialism.
I have the Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx and Frederick Engels on my bookshelf right now.
Oh my God.
Communism.
If you have the I don't know why. Like the manifesto is great. It's like 20 pages.
Yeah.
Why don't you pull up like, I don't know, like one of the many other works, like Critique the Gotha Program or the German Ideology, or like one of their many other works. But if we're gonna just talk about what communism is, quite literally, Engels describes it. He says communism is just the abolition of bourgeois private property. It's not this idea that the government now owns everything. It's the idea that the all class distinction goes away. Everybody is now part of one singular working class, and that working class has control.
Yes, but unless you're talking about, one working class that has control in a purely democratic system, which there's never been a purely democratic system anywhere on this planet, as far as I've been aware at any point in history, then the only other default would be an anarchical system. And if neither of those two exist, then it's a government of some sort, whether it's a republic or an authoritarian regime. There has to be some form of government to manage that system.
Wait, really quickly. My contention was not when you said government owns everything, was not that you're saying government. My contention is to equate that to, well, that means the people don't own these things. It's completely possible to have representative democracies, for instance, like council communism, right? That doesn't equate to now this big bad government is making controlling everything and deciding everything, right? It's completely possible for that government to truly be representative, and we just have figureheads who like deal with day-to-day things, right? It's completely a possibility. But you could also just do a direct democracy. We have the technology now that if we wanted to have national votes, we could do them very quickly and very easily through our phones. They could be done like super fast. You pick
would be awesome
stuff you care about, you vote.
Direct democracy.
And under a direct democracy system, there should be no contentions with communism.
Well, there is. So going back to one of my original points, if we're in a society of surplus and communism is based on from everybody according to their ability and to everybody according to their need, if we have a surplus beyond everybody's need, then where does that surplus go?
We would keep it in case something happens and we need more things.
So it shouldn't go to the people that contribute more?
There can be some incentives, but it shouldn't be an incentive that's being built off of any sort of productive means or any sort of resources necessary to survive. So to incentivize people who might want to work harder or longer or tougher things, we would need to incentivize them with like potentially like time, like, hey, if you work these longer shifts, we'll give you like the best choice of hours, or we would incentivize them with like potentially with like social credit, like, hey, if you work here, we're going to just like treat you better. We might even say, hey, look, you might be able to get like a slightly fancier house. But the minute you start commodifying through labor, any sort of resource necessary to survive is the minute you essentially recreate the unethical conditions capitalism created itself by. Now somebody can take these extra surpluses and they can try to use them to profit off of others' labor, which is what we want to avoid.
It's the whole, you just did a very fun way of also describing the issues with our supply and demand cycle.
Right. I like what Jovan said about things necessary to survive being a commodity. Is that even an issue if everybody has their base needs met? So if we have sufficient social programs,
one of the things we're trying to avoid.
If we have sufficient social programs and everybody's base need is met, does it even matter if the things necessary to survive are a commodity? Like food, for example, if everybody is fed, does it even matter if people are still selling food, better food, more interesting food?
Yes. Well, again, when we get into selling, what do you mean by selling? I don't care if people barter. I don't care if somebody like, I baked a pie and I'll trade you my pie for like this fucking chair that you made because I really like this chair. Like nobody's saying we need to move away from like bartering and trading. Bartering and trading has existed long before communism. The problem becomes when you replace when you take this and you add in some form of currency that's a stand-in for labor. That's when you get into a lot of these issues with the commodifications that we're trying to avoid. So if you were like, hey, is there anything wrong with like me going and
making work bad?
Being paid a stand-in for labor is bad.
Why?
Because that's what allows for commodification. So imagine I am in this community and I build chairs and I just make these chairs that are like beyond incredible. Everybody loves my chairs, right? And right now I'm building them like somebody's like, hey, I will trade you this artwork that I made for your chair. And I'm like, cool, I'll take the artwork. Here you go. Here's a chair. Oh, I'll trade you. I really want your chair. I'll give you this cake that I baked. I'm like, all right, cool. Here, give me the cake. Give me the chair. Now, let's say I get tired of this and I'm like, you know what? I wish I had something instead. Just something I can use instead of this just to make my life easier. And I'm like, what if I create, I'll call them chair bucks. Charos.
Yeah, I know how currency was developed.
And I'm like, hold on, I'll just let me get there. And I'm like, look, I want in order for me to give you a chair, you got to give me 20 charos. Now people go, well, how do we get charos? Like, well, I have the charos, right? I made them as a stand-in for my chairs. How to get the charos? You just got to do stuff for me, stuff that I want you to do, right? I want you to do things for these charos. And once you get enough charos, you can buy a chair. Now I've started to create a market. What's not analogous about this?
Well, because that's an isolated system. You're talking about chairs and chairos, where if somebody wants a chair, the only way they can get it is by doing something for you specifically. But that is not analogous to modern currencies. If I want gas from the gas station, I don't have to go in there and mop the floors at the gas station to get gas bucks to buy gas. It's not analogous to modern currency.
How do you think modern currency started? It was this.
As standing,
except instead of chairs, people had food and water and homes.
Yeah, there was bartering, and then governments came in and they instituted coins, which could be used as a substitution for bartering. And bartering and currencies took place at the same time in history. Currency was just a stand-in for when somebody's like, you know what, I don't want your goat. I want, 8 copper coins, and I'm going to give it to the other guy because I want something else.
You heard of company stores?
Have I what?
You heard of company stores before? The chairs are just a stand-in for any resource. The chairs aren't chairs, right? They're just in this thought experiment. They're just stand-ins for quite literally any resource you could have. And so if somebody has a resource that people that the community may want, God forbid it's something the community needs, if they have a resource the community wants and they're able to now trade, and people are like, okay, well, trade and create some type of currency that replaces labor that they dictate the value of, simply because they have control over productive means, we run back into the issue of labor getting undervalued, which is what we're trying to avoid.
I don't think it would be undervalued if it was properly regulated, and people still have the control over what to buy. In your chair analogy, if people go and work for the baker and they get their chairos or whatever the established currency is, and then they go to the chair guy and they think it costs too much, they don't have to buy those. They can buy the tools and make their own. They can go to somebody else that makes chairs.
How do they make them how do they make their own if the guy who has these chairs specifically won't divulge how he makes the chairs?
Well, I mean, we do have access to the knowledge on how to make chairs. I mean, I know it kind of
his chair specifically.
It kind of doesn't apply when you put it as a stand-in for something else where we don't necessarily have the knowledge.
Yeah, what if he's just developed this really great way of making chairs? This is why part of when we talk about, and then I will probably wrap this up soon because I want to try to get to the other callers before we run out of time. We only got like 30 minutes left in the show, 30, 40 minutes. Like this is part of why when we talk about the means of production, I include technology and what I count as productive means. Because if somebody develops, what if some guy just develops like the perfect way to filter water? And this is now what he's got. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna give you guys my way of filtering water. I'm not gonna give that to y'all. Right? Not without you doing a lot of like just replace the chairs with that. Like this is, again, all of this just loops back around to exploitation. And yes, we can make capitalism better. I don't disagree with this, that like regulating capitalism is going to make it better. But the problem becomes when we look at how wealth equates to power. And so you have these people who've amassed so much wealth, it's disgusting.
But it shouldn't equate to power.
Yeah, but there's no way to do that when money can be used to buy the things that you want.
Well, wealth should equate to comfortability. If you want to have a comfortable life and you want to have nicer things, that's what wealth should be for. Wealth shouldn't be for power, control, buying votes, having, control over other people. Again, and the whole crux of my argument was if we live in a society with a surplus and things are well managed and companies are forced to pay their employees a living wage, like these big companies that you hate, they could afford to pay their employees a living wage and still be able to profit. Like, we live in a society and our surplus is such that we can afford these social programs and pay people a living wage. Like, we did it decades ago. We did it in the 50s. People were able to buy houses. They were able to raise a family on one job.
And then people got greedy. And then people got greedy.
And that needs to be managed by the people. The greed needs to be managed by everybody else. Like you're saying, you don't like these corporations, you don't like the wealth gap, you don't like these people that aren't contributing fairly to society. The rest of society needs to look at those people and metaphorically, drag them through the streets. Say, hey,
vote for the DSA candidate. Stop being a pussy and get out and vote, bro. If you want to see these changes,
that's not nice.
Then you gotta. I don't care. I don't have a lot of love lost for non-voters, especially someone that does seem at least marginally educated on what you're talking about and seems to want to help progress society, even if it's in a way that we disagree with. And you're not utilizing the voice that you've been given, the right that you've been granted in the United States of America to help the people as a whole. Because if we could get people in there with your ideas, I would take it as at least a starting point, a stepping stone. But you don't even vote. And so you're complacent with harm occurring. You're complacent.
No, I talk to people all the time. My dad's a Republican. I sit here and debate with him on stuff that I disagree with.
What benefit do you get out of not voting?
I don't believe in the system. I don't believe in contributing to things that I don't believe in.
And what is so you are a registered voter, right? Just to be clear, you're registered to vote?
Well, yeah.
I believe you said, yeah. Okay. So you're one of the 12 million registered voters who didn't move their ass in the last 2 elections and voted?
Listen, maybe it would have helped. I already know where this is going. I don't like Trump and the stuff that he's doing any more than anybody else.
Jovan, maybe you know this number. I know it offhand, but I don't expect Caleb to know the number offhand. Do you know about what amount of votes Harris lost by to Trump?
Not off the top of my head, no.
It's about 1.5 million votes.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Wait, so
see,
you're putting
if
the
12
onus of
people,
the
I'm not
candidate
putting
you
it
don't
on
like
your
being
head. I am
elected
not
on
putting it
me
on your head
exercising
because you
my
are not
freedom
listening.
to
I'm
not
not putting it
exercising
on your
that.
head because you are not listening. If just 2 million of the 12 million non-voters got off their ass and went out and voted, that absolutely would have changed the election. The problem is that there are individuals such as
Depending on the
yourself.
state.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does depend on the state.
If they got off their ass in like New York, I wouldn't have done
We're
shit.
just talking about the popular vote, right? Because he likes a actual democracy, which would be majority wins, no holds bar, right? So like,
Well, that would
no,
depend.
Caleb. Then you're not advocating for true democracy. You're advocating for a representative democracy. True democracy would be majority rules. If you are advocating for
What kind of
plurality,
majority
then
is what I meant.
we don't even follow majority rules in the United States of America. It's plurality.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a lot of patience for non-voters, which is why I just sat back after the first 10 minutes and let Jovan take over. Because obviously I showed my hand. I don't have patience for individuals such as yourself that call into a political stream and then choose not to engage in the system, especially somebody that is at least somewhat educated on the topics. Please do more research on communism. You have done enough. Congratulations, we all did.
I grew up around politics. My mom was a political science major growing up. I've seen, all the news stations.
Okay.
I don't believe in our political system, so I don't want to contribute in it. I feel like as an American citizen, I have the freedom to not participate in that system if I so choose. And cool. I can respect your right to be upset at me about it, but I'm also going to say that I don't think that that's fair for you to be upset at me about it. I feel like
how
I'm
many
doing just
communities
as good
are experiencing harm right now because you choose not to vote? How many communities are experiencing harm right now because you choose not to vote?
See, but that's an unfair distinction.
Okay.
If I chose to vote with those communities...
I'm not... I really debated even continuing the phone call when he said he hasn't voted. Sorry, Jovan.
Hey, no skin on my bones. We only got like 30 minutes left.
I know. That's why I'm I'm cutting it off.
I've lost all the energy I had before.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay. We're going to go with... Oh, also, guys, friendly reminder. If you guys are watching us on YouTube specifically, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And don't forget to be sending the super chats in. They help us so much. Your contributions help us a lot to continue moving everything along on the stream. And also become a Patreon member. You guys go do that. Go become a Patreon member.
Word.
Yeah. You get some fun perks. And now we're going to go to Tyrone. You are on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
Doing great. You are conservative, he, him, pronouns. What state are you in?
I'm in Memphis.
You're in Tennessee?
Did you say Memphis?
Yeah, my city, Memphis.
Oh, okay. So.
Okay.
We're in Tennessee then. All right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what topic did you want to bring up?
So, yeah, y'all said conservatives not, what?
Conservatives don't have solutions.
Yeah, we do got a lot of solutions, actually.
Cool. What's your solution for healthcare? What is a conservative solution for healthcare?
Trump. That's why he's in office.
You just said Trump?
Yeah.
When did... sorry.
Look, here's the principle, right? Trump has control of the restitution of the execution of the money, right? Once he steals our money, he'll give it back. You feel me? So it's like taxes. So like tax season, we'll get our Medicaid back. But y'all like to judge and like to skip past that. So watch when Trump does that. We'll be in the right. But Kamala
this is a troll, right?
You
waited 40 minutes to troll?
I was going to ask how long this guy's been holding.
Man, I'll read on it. Hey, yo,
Bye, child.
Obviously.
Trump. What's your solution to, what's the conservative solution to healthcare? Trump. He's going to he literally said he's going to steal all of our money and then give it back to
God damn. Let's say Adrian.
I gotta be honest. I think that it will. Okay, and I also want to say I think that would be a funny short. Just that guy just saying words. Those were words.
Wait, just to clear this up, in case I see Nick is in the queue, we'll get to you, Nick. But if you just are asking me, like, is there anything good about capitalism? Yes, it got us out of feudalism. It served its purpose, though. So if that answers your question, great. If you have more, stay on the line.
Good call. All right. Adrian.
So many calls today. What's been going on?
I'm loving it. It's great. Adrian, you're on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, guys. Good to talk to you guys.
Fantastic.
You guys hear me well?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, cool beans. And you want to talk about God and Christianity?
Yeah, if that's something you guys are up for. I know you guys are kind of on the political train right now, but I was like, I know a lot more about Christianity than geopolitics.
Just out of curiosity.
I'll always tell people what Christianity's BS, but go ahead, Ari.
Why it's booty cheeks. Just out of curiosity,
Okay.
I do want to know who you voted for in 2024. We're not going to say on it. We'll let the theism take over, but who did you vote for in 2024?
2024?
Yeah.
I vote for Trump.
Okay.
The most Christian candidate, obviously.
The most Christian candidate.
I'm still debating his salvation. Praying for that guy, though.
Oh, gosh. Go ahead.
Someone praying. He's sure ain't him.
Yeah, he literally said, I'm going to hell, so.
Nick, you told the call screener that there was I want to see the exact words they wrote down. Is that the evidence that we have for the resurrection of Jesus? Now,
Yes,
maybe I am missing something, but what evidence do we have for Jesus's resurrection?
Yeah, of course. So I think it's important that we define terms, if that's okay. So what would you define the word evidence of is, I guess?
Well, you're the one who says you have it, so it'd be whatever. I'd be operating under your definition of the term evidence.
Okay. So I would define evidence as anything that increases the probability of something being true. Would you agree with that?
Sure, I have no problem with that.
So yeah. Okay. So then so I would go with the historical record that we have of Jesus first existing, being crucified, and eyewitnesses saying that he was walking around basically after the crucifixion. So that would be what we get from the Gospels, that we would get from extra biblical writers, so Josephus, Tacitus, Pliny the Younger. We have plenty of secular scholars today, Bart Ehrman. We have John Dominic Cressant that would agree that Jesus was a real person, that he died, and that people saw him after the resurrection, but have no real stance on what that data necessarily means, because again, they're secular. They wouldn't be classified.
Okay, so a few issues that I have with where you've gone here. One, what is Josephus? And first of all, I would never use any of the Gospels as evidence. They're anonymously written. They provide different accounts for both his birth, his death, a lot of his mystic claims, like the divinity claims. They provide different accounts for this. So these aren't reliable for us to take a stance unless you're going to say one specific Gospel is more accurate than the others. In which case, I would then ask you where the evidence of that Gospel is. On what specifically?
Yeah, so I would push back on that, on not using the Bible, because it is agreed upon that it is counted as a historical record. Whether we agree with the actual content of the record can be debated when it comes to mystical claims. But
sure, which gospel is correct about when Jesus was born?
About when Jesus was born? So you're talking about specific dates, because we wouldn't have that besides, of course, being 3 AD.
Nope, we would have a general understanding based on what is it? It's based on the census at the time.
Of like modern day time, I'm guessing.
No,
or of when the Gospels are written down.
Yeah, so Matthew and Luke provide different accords, right? They provide specifically different accords for they provide different accords for Jesus's death. Matthew and Luke do. They conflict.
How so? How do they conflict?
Yeah, so it's about specifically the time of his birth, like when he was born and why he left. So,
well, you said his death. So how would they conflict about the nature of his death?
Did I say death? I meant birth. Sorry.
Oh, okay, so how would they conflict about
the order
I
of his
heard
birth?
birth, but
Yeah, Matthew places Jesus's birth around the time of Herod the Great, when he specifically is king, and Luke places this after. Like he places he places it around the time of the census of Quirinius, which is not the time of Herod the Great.
So could it be possible that both reigns are being defined differently when it comes to king and governor? Is that a possibility?
No.
Okay. Not a possibility whatsoever that the actual title of king and reign, because King Herod was, of course, king of the Jews, and you would have that hierarchy, royalty, separate from like any type of Roman governance as well. Like, we would agree with that?
No, because Herod died.
You don't agree with that?
No, because Herod was dead. Herod died in 4 BCE. Quirinius didn't do the census until 6 CE. So no, it is quite literally impossible for those dates to coincide with each other.
Okay. So does the inaccuracy of possible dates with his birth, would that negate the documentation of his actual like ministry and his death?
One, I would disagree that we have documentation of his ministry. We have secondhand written down accounts from people who are anonymous. But no, my point is, which gospel are we going to take as accurate? They can't both be accurate if they have conflicting information.
Okay. Again, I would kind of disagree that the information is given is not accurate. If it is conflicting, it would probably be with actual timeline issues. I want to know if that was actual data or just copyist errors, because I am of the stance that yes, it could be copyist errors within the scripture. I don't think it's like a perfect book like Muslims claim with the Quran. I don't think it's spoken to by God. But I do think that the actual data showing that his lifespan, his death, is accurate. And again, most scholars today would agree with that.
Well, then who's correct here? Is Matthew correct that he was born before Herod died? Or is Luke correct that Jesus was born after Herod died?
Well, again, I would have to actually look back and see what the actual dates look like for that instance about who is alive and in charge when Jesus was born.
But Herod dies in 4 BCE. Quirinius became the governor in 6 CE. He then did his census between 6 and 7 CE. This is a 10-year gap.
Okay.
So
So if I granted the rest of the actual gospel material, you would say that would be not reliable because of that date issue?
I would say if we're going to take secondhand accounts. So again, these are people who are writing down secondhand information from people who claim to either have known somebody who had known Jesus or claim to have known Jesus themselves and witnessed these things. And what they've done is they've taken these accounts. It's like a long game of telephone. And they've gotten information incorrect. One of them has to be incorrect, or both can be incorrect, but one of them has to be incorrect here. Now, if I were to, like, how would I describe it? Let's say there was a fight at my school, right? And it was witnessed by like 3 people. 3 people witnessed this fight. And then each of those 3 people later told another friend about the fight who wrote it down. And then I get those, it would be 3 more, I get 3 documents written from each of those friends. The friend that they told, right? And I'm reading these. One says the fight happened in the morning. One says the fight happened in the afternoon. One said the fight happened I'll even make it similar. One said the fight happened before lunch. The other said the fight happened during 8th period. And you can have a third one that says the fight never happened at all. Who do I believe?
These are all different information.
Analogy, so just to clarify with your analogy, so are you saying when it comes to the disciples and when it comes to and witnessing Jesus' ministry, you're saying not the disciples wrote it, but someone that they talked to wrote it? Is that what you're trying to say?
All of the Gospels are written anonymously in the third person. None of them are first person. And well, that's slightly not true. Slightly not true. I think it's Luke specifically writes at one point in the first person, but he specifically writes that he didn't know Jesus.
Okay. Well, so the only reason that's written anonymously in the first place is because it's not written written by Matthew, written by John. Like typically in the first century, that wasn't really a thing. Most of their documentation and storytelling was oral based.
Yes, they're secondhand accounts. None of the people that wrote the Gospels knew Jesus personally. The earliest dating of the gospel was the earliest gospel was written about 30 years post Jesus' death in 60 AD.
Well, the earliest technically would be from 1 Corinthians. Well, not gospel. You're right on that aspect. But when it comes to writings of people that interacted with the disciples, would be from Paul, which would be closer to 30 AD, maybe 20 AD.
I could even grant you. I would even grant, and I would honestly, personally, I would say Paul's letters are much more historically significant than the Gospels. These are something that's actually dated. It's signed. People knew Paul. Other people wrote about Paul. I would take Paul's letters over the Gospels any day. But even Paul never claims to have met Jesus. And Paul writes about stuff that writes about things in Jesus' life that the Gospels never even come close to touching on, such as 500 people specifically witnessed Jesus' resurrection when he came out of the cave. So Paul, we know for a fact, never met Jesus. He had a vision of Jesus. At most, you could say he met somebody who claimed to be Jesus' brother.
Okay, so you're willing to grant that Paul at least interacted with the disciples?
No, I'm willing to grant that Paul says he interacted with the disciples.
So you're saying that Paul could be possibly lying then?
Well, yeah, anybody who writes from back then could be lying, especially if they're the only source of these people's existence. Like if there were multiple people besides Paul who at that time were writing about these people, I would say that leads more credence. But all we know is what Paul said specifically. And then Matthew uses Paul to sort of, Mark is the first gospel. Matthew's the first gospel. Matthew's the first gospel. Yeah. So then Matthew uses a lot of what Paul wrote in his thing. And then we know that Mark and Luke are almost word for word stolen from that. Well, I won't say stolen, but almost bar for bar taken from Matthew. And then you have John, who I don't even consider because it's not one of the synoptic gospels. But what I'm saying is Paul gives more credence, sure, but Paul gives no evidence except saying, hey, I did meet X, Y, and Z. I don't remember if he specifically... Go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, so, it's not that he doesn't give no evidence, it's that he's not giving, I guess a surmountable amount of evidence besides his testimony of interacting with the disciples. Would you agree with that?
Yes, let me rephrase that. His only evidence would be his personal testimony that he actually met these people. And it would have been the biggest ones would have been meeting Peter, meeting James, and meeting John. Those would be his big ones that he says he met these three people. And James is where we're going to get a little closer because James is claimed to be Christ's brother, his blood-born brother.
Right, and of course was the one that didn't believe it at first, but then ended up becoming a follower down to his
Oh, chat is saying we got it backwards. Mark was the first gospel. I get it backwards all the time. Chat.
Correct, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, Mark would be the earliest gospel.
Yeah. So now, all of this to say, I'm totally fine saying that it is plausible that a man named Jesus of Nazareth existed at this time and was sort of like a street preacher who got a bad rep with the state. I think that's plausible, right? Okay. A lot of people were named Jesus at that time. I think it is highly...
that. There are a lot of atheists that don't even give that much, so I applaud you on that.
I think Jesus Christ did not exist. I think there was no there's no evidence of any divinity claims. There's no evidence of any mysticism. And I don't make the affirmative that even Jesus of Nazareth existed. I just say it's plausible, right?
So you're more of an agnostic then on the topic instead of flat out just did it happen.
It's less that I'm agnostic, more that I think that the evidence provided around Christ's existence is uncompelling.
Okay. Hey, that's valid. So I think we're going with this. So on that last remark, talking about that there's no evidence for his mystical claims. So evidence in regard, like evidence besides testimony?
Yeah, I don't think you can use testimony as proper evidence for mystic claims. Like I would say that like
it could be increased probability.
Yeah, I would say evidence for normal claims, yes. Testimony can be fine enough evidence for me for normal claims. Extraordinary claims require an extraordinary burden of proof. And testimony alone is not enough to do that, especially like Jesus healed the sick. Jesus walked on water. Jesus revived from the dead. These are all like he did it like using magic powers. These would all be things we know humans can't do. We know humans can't touch someone and heal their sicknesses, like heal their leprosy. We know that humans can't walk on water, and we know that humans don't come back from the dead. So if someone is now making the claim that somebody else did this, I would need way more than just I saw them do it as evidence of that.
So in this case, would be using physical analogy? Like because we don't see it today, means, it can't be possible to happen in the past.
Sorry. Adrian, are you driving right now?
I am.
Yeah, I just heard. Oh, sorry. We don't talk to people that are driving.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move on. If you want to call back, the next show I'll be on is Thursday. I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern. We for strict safety purposes, we try to not talk to people.
No, 100%. I 100% get that. Yeah. Sorry about that. 100%. You've been very cordial. Thank you so much for your guys' time. God bless you both. And I'll try and talk back on Thursday. Thank you again.
Thanks, man, for being understanding. We appreciate that.
Why do Christians always say God bless to atheists?
I tune that out. Normally I just say, hail Satan right back because it triggers them. Sorry, I wasn't, I was trying to make the chat laugh with the signs. I thought they were funny.
I liked them.
I realized don't use the green. That was way too bright. So that was hard to read. So sorry about that last one, guys. But L Republican Jesus.
I'm so tired now.
Well, great news is we have about 12 minutes left and one caller. So we're almost there. And we have a heart out for both of us.
We have a heart out for both of us on the call. It's my Bane impression.
I don't even think I could. Again, I just got the Alex Jones impression voice. So
we're turning the frogs gay.
We're turning the frogs gay.
Fluoride in the water turns the frogs gay, Ari.
Fucking hell.
Did you know that? You merely adopted the gay. I was born in it. Molded by it. I don't know if you can actually hear the echo coming in from the cup.
Sort of, but not really. That was great. Okay, guys. Thank you, Etch, for complimenting my signs. So here we go. Nick, you are on the line with Ari and Jovan. How are you doing today? What was I gonna say?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well. I was gonna say, how are you doing something? And I don't know why that was coming out.
Nick, your name's not Jeff, right?
My name is definitely not Jeff. It's Nick.
Okay, because somebody in the chat named Jeff Thomas said, I'm in the queue, guys. So that was a lie. Okay. Not you, Nick,
no, somebody. He might have. Oh, okay, gotcha. But no, I actually grew up like in Trump country, but I'm not a Trumper. But I just had now look, I got a pretty rudimentary understanding of political economy, so go easy on me. But there's
so you don't. There's no market-based system that you think would work.
There's no market-based system. I mean, I think that like market socialism would work better than capitalism, but like,
well, I mean, capitalism
works
it's like, so like market socialism, like that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, because I mean, you guys are basically saying that like capitalism is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what if I understand you correctly, you're saying that it's inherently exploitative, right?
Yeah, yes. It leads to the ability to exploit somebody for
their labor.
Jesus Christ! Thank you, Ari.
Yeah.
God damn. Yeah.
It's all right.
Holy
We're both out of it. So.
But you do acknowledge that there are benefits to capitalist systems, right? Like the point that the guy was trying to make earlier, I think, was he was trying to say that like I have seen some data somewhere where it says that there is actually less conflict now than there, like this is the least amount of violent military conflict that we have ever had in human history. But I mean, we have more people on Earth now, so but
hold on. Are we being punked?
Hold on.
Nick, is your name Ashton?
No. Listen.
Is your last name Kutcher? I just want to wait. I just need to Nick. I just need to preface this. If you're being genuine and not the same caller we had earlier. Hold on, Nick.
Dude, I'm being 100% sincere.
Nick, hold on, Nick. Hold on.
Okay.
We had a call earlier who said the same thing, which we then provided evidence that counters that because it's a made-up claim.
But okay, I'm not making the exact. I'm not okay. I'm not articulating this very well. Hold on. So like, there's more people. Like, okay, capitalism itself. Would you say that it has at least lifted part of the world out of poverty, right? Because of the increase in wealth.
Also putting people in it.
Yeah, while throwing the global South into deeper poverty. Yes.
Yeah, literally the United.
Okay, well, so what other system besides capitalism creates wealth? Though, like once you read, let's say you redistribute wealth. Huh?
Yeah, I would just argue hold on, wait, Nick, we have to be able to answer your. Hold on, let us answer your question.
Go.
I don't care about wealth creation. I actually think wealth creation is part of the problem, and I'd rather we not have systems that create wealth. Let me to illustrate this to you. How at any given time in the world, there's a set amount of currency in circulation. Is that number infinite?
Is it infinite?
Yeah. Is there infinite amount of currency in circulation at any given time?
I mean, if it's fiat currency, I mean, it's really just a human construct. Like, are you talking about like the actual, like the physical amount of, or are you talking about just?
I'm talking let's take America. US dollars. The thing that I can trade for resources. Is there an infinite amount of US dollars currently in circulation right now?
I mean, no, there's a finite amount.
Okay, great. There's a finite amount. So if I want more of that, it has to come from somewhere. It means somebody else has to get less of it because I want more of it.
There's going to be... Okay.
That's my issue.
So, what if there are people... Okay, yeah, obviously there's going to be a certain amount of inequality. There are going to be people that have more than others, but what if everybody still gets like, I'm definitely in favor of like, I hear you guys talk about how there's like a surplus of housing, and that statistic is absolutely fucking insane. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think people shouldn't starve. I think everybody should be on equal footing, right? So, but like, no, like there shouldn't be billionaires. Like, that's fucking insane. That's way too much money. They're hoarding what, but could there not be like a system that has, that's like has more like markets that have capitalistic mechanisms but wealth doesn't become too concentrated, right?
Sure, but that doesn't get rid of our issue. Go ahead, Ari. I see you want to say something.
Oh no, I'm just saying like I don't see the I'm agreeing with Jovan here. Like I don't see the purpose of wealth, and I don't see why capitalism is necessary to society. It served its purpose for industrialization.
I mean, well, I guess what I mean by wealth is like just, but it's not necessarily I don't know, man. I should have thought this through a little bit better before I called you. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't very prepared, but I really just wanted to.
I mean, listen, Nick. We have 5 minutes left of the show. Why don't you just call us back? Call
Yeah.
it. Like go think about it more, and then call back a different day.
I think
I'm
that's
here
an excellent
every
suggestion.
Tuesday.
I appreciate y'all talking to me though.
Yeah, no problem.
For sure.
Y'all
Thanks,
have a
man.
good night.
You too.
You too.
Get out and vote. I'm gonna keep saying that to people. Vote. Get your ass out and vote. I actually wanted you to read Thunder Nights because I feel like that's important. And so where was I at? I think it was NBC polling I was looking at where when it comes to Angie Nixon and her chance of winning the actual Senate seat for Florida, Ashley Moody received 1.3 million votes in the Republican primary. Angie Nixon got 691,000 votes. Vinderman got, what did I say earlier? 146 less. So even if you just add those two numbers together, it's not enough to beat the number of people that voted in the Republican primary for Ashley Moody. I'm a numbers person, and that makes me very realist sometimes. So that's my math. But what is your opinion?
Full disclosure, bro. Full disclosure, I was not paying attention.
Oh, my bad. But he brought up Patronus. Patronus is District 1 running for the House of Representatives, and Patronus
Isn't Patronus that shit that Harry throws at the Dementors?
Yeah, it is. But yeah, his name's literally Jimmy Patronus. It's kind of that's why I remember his name, because it's a fucking Harry Potter. So I was a little confused why you brought up Jimmy Patronus, because he's in District 1 running for the House of Representatives. He took Matt Gaetz' seat. Because she's not running against Patronus. She's running against Ashley Moody. It'll be there is a potential, but it might be close. Unfortunately, I don't see her winning. I hope she does. I'm going to vote for her.
Word.
Yeah. W Floridians.
Double word.
Yo, not Sid. That's just mean being like woman talking. Jovan sleeping. No, Jovan's tired. He said he was tired.
I'm shocked I survived this show. I got like a little burst of energy there in the.
Yep. And then the last two callers just went. They weren't interesting enough, which is fine. They didn't stimulate you enough. What? Ari just 100% dealt with me being high. I was on the same wavelength as Jovan, but she brought me back. Sorry?
I said, I'm sorry for 2004.
What song is that from?
It's called 2004.
Aiden, that's funny. Mad Eye Moody. Yes, I would agree that Ashley Moody has like crazy eyes. She won't talk to me. I've tried.
Do you think Jimmy will be okay if for my September availability I block off every Tuesday calling it now? Like, do not schedule me at 9:30 p.m. bro.
Do what you gotta do, man. But I'm gonna point this out, like, right? So I think that if you gotta do it, right? If he gonna be mad, that sucks.
I'll do podcasts 5 p.m. every time. I don't want to be on here at 9:30 no more.
Get him to allow me to bring on a backup. Probably someone that's not inherently crazy. Yeah.
He's got, I had to text him. That's what I was doing when you were talking. I was texting him about, I just had to have him switch something on the schedule because I think that I had originally put a wrong date because I'm going to be gone, not this coming weekend, but next weekend to do a charity thing with Forrest.
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that he switches some stuff on Sunday. Luthien can tell him. I texted him.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Hi, Luthien.
All right. You can, that's the show, guys. Become a Patreon member. We love you.
Luthien, I'm too tired to play the other side tonight. I'm sorry.
Aw, but it'll wake you up because you'll get scared.
It would scare the shit out of me. Bro, Luthien watched me. I know we have a heart out, but real quick, Luthien watched watched as my heart jumped out of my fucking chest playing that game.
Oh gosh.
So scary.
It was really funny.
That's funny. All right.
Anyway, that was the show. That was our show. Thank you for watching in the super chats. Bye.
W.